Right now, the Wisconsin Supreme Court backtracking on a previous ruling, adopting a new legislative map. Plus, a new effort gaining steam, trying to get in-state tuition rates for undocumented students. And later, just hours after a Good Friday service, an historic church burns to the ground. That story straight ahead. That's all coming up on News 3 Now at 10. But first, we start with breaking news from downtown Madison. Police near the scene of a reported armed robbery on the UW campus says they have one person in custody. A notification was sent to all students around 9 tonight, asking them to avoid the East Campus Mall and West Johnson Street area. There was also another reported robbery just a few hours ago near campus, but we do not know if they are connected. Next, in a major 4-3 vote this evening, the Wisconsin Supreme Court has adopted the Republican-drawn legislative district maps. It comes after the maps drawn by Governor Tony Evers were first approved by the court, but those were later thrown out by the U.S. Supreme Court. This evening, we spoke with a political science expert about what today's decision means for the upcoming elections.
These will almost certainly be the maps for this year's election, but it is also almost certain that there will be further legal challenges by those who think that the legislature's map unfairly dilutes the African-American vote in the Milwaukee area. They will probably bring further litigation, but that litigation is unlikely to have an effect in 2022.
The conservative group Wisconsin Institute for Law and Liberty released this statement tonight, saying that they are pleased that the court recognized that our Constitution reserves race-based decision-making for the most extreme situations, saying the court was right to reject it. And the governor tonight clearly upset with the ruling. He wrote in part, quote, "This is an unconscionable miscarriage of justice for which the people of this state will see no reprieve for another decade." This is still a developing story, so please stay up to date and check out our Channel 3000 News app and be the first to know on this developing story. Shifting over to weather now, we have been in a bit of a chilly rut recently, especially for the middle of April. And check out this video today from Door County. Gusts of nearly 40 miles per hour were creating some waves that pounded the boat landings. It looked more like the middle of Hawaii in the middle of storm season. So when can we expect things to turn around? Let's get a look at our certified most accurate forecast with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti.
Brad, you would think at some point we'd turn the corner, and we did for like about 18 hours late Tuesday night and Wednesday, but today was another cold day. Time lapse from the WISC Skycam showed sunshine this morning, more clouds during the day. That didn't help temperatures because you block out the sunshine, makes it a little colder, and a full moon in the eastern horizon at night. But right now, precipitation is pretty much out of the state. High temperatures today barely made it into the 40s in Madison. Janesville was the warm spot at 46, but to the north, Viroqua only topped out at 39 degrees. Temperatures around 40 through the northern parts of the area, and you can see current temperatures now are approaching freezing. Madison just above that at 35, but the Dells already below freezing. Camp Douglas in the 20s. Wind chills right now not too bad because the winds are dying down, but the winds will pick up tomorrow. So look for a low of 26. We'll see a breezy and chilly day tomorrow with a high of 42. Easter Sunday won't be much warmer, and then we could see the possibility for some light snow Sunday night into Monday. I'll have more on that and whether we can expect any accumulation in just a few minutes.
Thanks so much, Gary. The Madison School District today announcing plans to extend their indoor mask mandate. Students, staff, and district workers will need to wear a mask inside school buildings until at least the first week of May. Students at UW are calling for change at the state level to make higher education more accessible for undocumented students. They started with getting the attention of their own school's government, but as Tahalil Mahodin explains, they're not stopping there.
Brad, before 2011, the only qualification for in-state tuition was graduating from a Wisconsin high school. And that's what UW students say they want to see again. For Fabian Perez, being a Badger has been a long-time dream.
Applied second semester senior year and I got in.
But he learned he needed more than a yes to make that dream reality.
I didn't really know that documented students wouldn't receive in-state tuition. So, yeah, it was a bummer to find out.
And paying full price for tuition was something Perez couldn't afford.
I was kind of lost after graduation, high school, because I didn't really know where I was going to go. And I wanted to keep on studying. I wanted to, go to college and get my degree.
He ultimately was able to make it to UW-Madison thanks to a scholarship, but he still wants paying for school to be easier for other undocumented students. And he's not the only one.
Want to be able to use my privilege to be able to ask and advocate for change.
Executive Director for Dreamers of Wisconsin, Christabel Martinez, is hoping to get the attention of UW's administration.
Making sure that students are aware of the issue and the barriers that undocumented and DACA students face.
Helping draft a resolution to get in-state tuition rates for undocumented students, one passing unanimously in the school student government.
Hearing those personal stories firsthand, face-to-face, that made an impact on me personally, and I'm sure it made an impact on many of the other student council members as well.
And though the group doesn't have the power to make that change on their own, ASM representatives say showing their support matters.
Especially to the people who showed up, especially to the people who spoke and shared their personal stories.
People with stories like Perez.
We have dreams too. We want to go to college, and we didn't really ask to come to the U.S. as little kids, so it's not really our fault.
Representatives from UW Student Council say they have plans to petition the university's administration to help expand who can qualify for in-state tuition, and they say right now they're cautiously optimistic.
All right, thanks so much, Tahalil. And elsewhere in the UW system, the chancellor at UW Platteville today announcing a huge gift from a university alum, $10 million, the largest in the school's history.
It's pretty awe-inspiring to think about the impact this will have on so many lives.
University leaders said this gift will be used to set up the Capstone Scholarship Program, which will cover the costs of tuition and room and board for recipients every single year, starting this fall. The scholarships are available for students majoring in STEM-related fields or accounting and finance. About a dozen students involved in a fight this afternoon at Madison Sherman Middle School. School staff and officers were able to break up the groups, but one student and staff member were hurt. Police say a couple of officers also suffered some minor injuries. Madison police releasing a sketch today of an accused sexual assault suspect from the east side. He's described as being a black man around 6 feet tall and 200 pounds. The victim also told police that he has a noticeable blemish on the right side of his face. The assault happened earlier this week while the victim was walking back to her apartment on Brandy Street. Well, that's new video tonight showing a wild crash just outside of Milwaukee High School. The video shows the driver swerving left to right, driving up the curve, almost hitting two students, and then crashes into a parked car. The car was stolen and the driver got out and then ran away. Police have not made any arrests and somehow no one was injured. And a pretty intense situation playing out tonight in California. A chase came to an end in Norwalk when a suspect crashed through a rail yard fence. The driver then later jumps out, as you're seeing on your screen right now, runs alongside a freight train trying to hop aboard, but isn't able to pull it off. He eventually returns to the truck where he's later arrested. New video tonight, a massive fire at an historic church in Chicago. This is the Antioch Missionary Baptist Church in the Englewood neighborhood. A Good Friday service had just ended hours before this fire started. Now, no injuries have been reported at this time, and the cause has yet to be determined. More local news tonight. A man charged in connection with a crash on Schrader Road that killed a local high school student is now facing additional charges tied to the incident. The biggest of which for 42-year-old Sedarius Goodall, who you're seeing on your screen, is a homicide while operating a vehicle while intoxicated. It happened on January 15th. The crash killed 14-year-old Jeremiah Broomfield, who was just a freshman at La Follette High School. A 12-year-old boy and an adult driver were also injured. Crisis in Ukraine coverage now. The battle for the country's southeastern port city of Mariupol rages on, even as most of the city is now in rubble. While in Kyiv, Ukraine's capital, it's bracing for renewed bombardment. Natalie Brand has the latest.
Ukrainian authorities say the remains of more than 900 civilians have been discovered around Kyiv since Russian troops withdrew from the area around the capital. Most victims were found in the town of Bucha, and many are said to have been killed by gunshots. Russia's defense ministry is vowing to step up missile attacks on Kyiv once again. The threat follows the loss of a key Russian warship. A senior U.S. defense official says that the Moskva was hit by 2 Ukrainian missiles before it sank in the Black Sea.
CBS News has confirmed that Russia sent a diplomatic note to the Biden administration warning that shipments of weapons to Ukraine could have unpredictable consequences.
If Ukraine doesn't receive all necessary weapons within days, not weeks, That will mean that more people, more civilians will be killed.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky asked President Biden to designate Russia as a state sponsor of terrorism. Ukrainian lawmaker Alexei Honcharенko visited the village of Havroshina, where he found the aftermath of a deadly ambush. A family of 5 allegedly gunned down as they tried to flee. The youngest only 2 years old.
It's definitely a war crime, because without any reason, civilians were killed. The world should know that it is not fake. The world should know who is Russian regime, who is Putin.
Back in Kyiv, just before Passover, the city's chief rabbi conducted a funeral service for a man from Bucha.
Please be strong, believe God, and we'll see the miracles.
He had been gunned down by a Russian bullet. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, the White House.
The United Nations says at least 5 million people have fled Ukraine since the Russian invasion began on February 24th. The La Crosse Common Council has voted to remove a Russian flag from the city's airport. The council voted last night to remove the flag in a show of support for Ukraine. Now, when our news partners arrived today, the flag had already been removed. And new tonight, check out this as a World War II naval destroyer from a Buffalo exhibit is partially submerged into Lake Erie. A statement from the park says a serious hull breach occurred this week on the USS The Sullivans. The cause is still under investigation. The good news here, the ship will not sink entirely as the lake is only about 5 feet deep. Governor Tony Evers today vetoing 28 Republican bills. One would have dissolved the Milwaukee School District, while others would have made it more difficult to obtain unemployment benefits. Nearly all of the bills vetoed today passed without any Democratic support. Other veto measures would have limited liability for gun and ammunition manufacturers and prohibited the teaching of critical race theory at the UW system and the state's technical colleges. And next this week, U.S. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg will be making a trip to central Wisconsin. On Tuesday, he will visit Coloma to highlight President Biden's bipartisan infrastructure law and how it's going to help create millions of jobs around the country. Still to come tonight, Gary Canalti will rejoin us with the full Easter weekend forecast. Plus, the world of the car is now electric. We're going to go inside this year's New York Auto Show with a look at the latest e-powered vehicles.
Madison Magazine's Best of Madison 2022. Vote for your favorites online, including Fry Construction for Best Kitchen and Bath Design, Best Roofer, and Best Window and Doors. Vote Fry Construction at MadisonMagazine.com.
What can Sono Bello do for you? How about a new shape?
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
New confidence.
I can see a huge difference. Look at this.
New you.
I can wear a little black dress. I feel sexy.
With Sono Bello, you can remove stubborn body fat permanently in just one visit. Don't wait a moment longer to reveal the new you.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation with Sono Bello, America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist, and find out how you can get $250 off. Sono Bello uses Tri-Sculpt micro-laser liposuction to remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently for incredible transformations in just one visit.
I have one big regret. I didn't go sooner.
Call 1-888-622-8360 or go to sonobello.com.
It's Chevy Truck Month, and it's time to add the perfect accessories to your new Chevy. Make it bolder. Make it work harder. Make it your own. Find new possibilities. Find new roads. Very well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing on most Chevy pickup trucks. Plus, now during Truck Month, get a $1,000 accessory allowance toward the eligible purchase of a new Chevy truck with accessories. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
There are so many things we take for granted, and along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for granted too. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, Our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison 2022. Vote for your favorites online, including Fry Construction for Best Kitchen and Bath Design, Best Roofer, and Best Window and Doors. Vote Fry Construction at madisonmagazine.com.
Student literacy rates have been sliding nationwide, but one area school is bucking that trend. Chris Stanford shows you how these students are turning a new page.
I can stay positive, strong, get my work done, and do my job.
Eye on Education, Sunday at 10. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. Today marks the 3rd anniversary of the fire that ripped through Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris. Today, worshipers and tourists gathered outside the cathedral for a Good Friday procession. Hundreds attended the outdoor ceremony as the cathedral remains surrounded by scaffolding. And check out what was just recently discovered underneath Notre Dame. Archaeologists found ancient statues, sculptures, tombs, and pieces of the original church architecture that dates back to the 13th century. The excavation that's been happening was a precautionary measure before additional scaffolding gets put up to restore part of the roof. The cathedral is on track to reopen to the public in 2024. The New York International Auto Show starts today in New York City, and this year electric cars are taking center stage. Michael George went for a test drive.
The World Car of the Year is electric.
The Hyundai Ioniq 5.
Hyundai's Ioniq 5 took home the top prize and several other awards at the New York International Auto Show.
How's the handling? Handling's good. It's very smooth steering.
The company's Troy Miller took us for a spin. The Ioniq starts at just under $44,000, comes with a high-tech dash, travels 300 miles on a charge, and is quick.
The 0 to 60 in 5.2 seconds. It's instant torque. It's very punchy. The big trend of the show this year is definitely electrification.
Tim Stevens from CNET's Roadshow says more electric vehicle choices are charging into dealerships, from the $27,000 Nissan Leaf to the $90,000 Ford Lightning Platinum and the Porsche Taycan Turbo S with a $185,000 price tag.
People have only had the choice for Teslas for so long. People are just excited to have a lot of choices on the market now.
Stevens says EVs only accounted for about 3.5% of total vehicle sales last year, but popularity is growing, fueled by frustration with current prices at the pump.
As gas prices continue to increase, that certainly makes things a lot easier to quantify from a cost standpoint that EVs make a lot of sense, not just for the environment, but also for your budget.
Consumers seem to agree. Cars.com saw online searches for EVs surge 173% last month. And 55% of gas-powered car owners say they're considering going electric. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
All right, the world champion Milwaukee Bucks will kick off their 2022 playoff run this weekend. And today the team announced the return of the now famed Deer District for home and away games. This year it will have a capacity of 11,000 people. Game 1 is Sunday night against the Bulls. And tomorrow is the first week of the year for the Dane County Farmers Market, returning to the Capitol Square. It's going to be running from 6:15 to 1:45 in the afternoon. But as always, it's best to go early. And Gary, how's it going to be looking weather-wise for them tomorrow?
Well, my wife has asked that question about 3 times because she's always one of the first ones down there, so you can find her out there at 6:15.
She's smart.
But she's also going to be bundling up because it's going to be pretty chilly. In fact, this whole weekend is going to be just kind of like we've had for most of April, below normal temperatures. Look for a high temperature of only 42 tomorrow, so that means for the farmers market, we're probably looking at temperatures in the mid to upper 20s. It also will be breezy as well, so that'll just add to the chill. Easter Sunday, skies will turn cloudy. Temperatures will be a couple degrees warmer at 45. The winds won't be as brisk, but we could see a late afternoon shower, and that could change to snow on Sunday night. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Not only chilly for Easter, not Eater weekend, but it'll stay chilly through Wednesday of next week. A little snow accumulation of possibility Sunday night into Monday morning, but a warm-up on the way for next weekend with high temperatures up to around 70 degrees. In fact, the 6 to 10-day temperature outlook from the Climate Prediction Center calling for above above normal temperatures for much of the eastern three-quarters of the country. The highest probabilities just to our south and west, but still, that's a pretty good signal that we'll see a warm-up as we head toward the end of next week. 8 to 14-day temperature outlook taking us almost through the end of April, also calling for above normal temperatures. With that, though, the jet stream will become a little closer to us, and there will be the possibility for a little more precipitation with above normal precipitation, but not high probabilities of that as we head through the last part of April. High temperatures today, 22 in International Falls, Minnesota, 41 in Madison. You have to get down to central Illinois before you start seeing temperatures in the 60s. And right now, temperatures in the teens, 20s, and 30s in the northern half of the Midwest. The 40s and 50s pushed to the south of a stationary front that's generating some showers and thunderstorms down south of St. Louis into southern Illinois. The jet stream, though, has sagged to the south. That's allowing the cold air to come in, and that will be the case for at least the next couple of days before we eventually see an overall pattern change as we head into the latter part of next week. There's the stationary front I was talking about. South of that, temperature is still pretty mild with some showers and thunderstorms. North of it, if there's any precipitation, it's in the form of flakes of snow. Temperatures 20s up near Lake Superior, around 30 in central Wisconsin, mid-30s here in the southern part of the state. On future track, partly cloudy skies overnight. That will allow temperatures to drop off into the middle 20s. Highs tomorrow, only low 40s with partly sunny skies and a brisk northwesterly breeze. Clear skies tomorrow night, temperatures back in the mid-20s. And then on Easter Sunday, here come the clouds in from the west. You can see some rain showers developing in the late afternoon, and that will change over to some light snow, and that will occur through Sunday night into early Monday morning before it starts to taper down to some snow showers and flurries, and then maybe even mix with some rain, especially by late Monday morning, but it could be enough to bring some minor snow accumulations. So for tomorrow, look for a high temperature only 42, partly sunny, breezy and cold for Saturday and Easter Sunday, high of 45, more clouds moving in, and maybe a late afternoon shower. Future track snowfall, this is for Sunday night into Monday. Again, an inch or two, not a big deal, but when you're talking, snow in the middle part of April, that's not a good thing to see. Temperatures staying below normal through the middle part of next week, and then you can see we're up to 50 degrees by Wednesday, and the latter part of next week and into next weekend, that's when we have the nice weather. Temperatures up around 70, although there'll be some chances for rain as well.
Across MLB, everyone is wearing number 42 today in honor of Jackie Robinson and the 75th anniversary of his Major League debut. Got more to come on this and the Brewers game. That's next in sports.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
If you're hurt in an accident, do you know who to call? Everybody knows that.
Call Gruber Law Offices.
They're available 24/7. Hurt in an accident?
Everybody knows you call Gruber Law Offices.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
At Weedman Lawn Care, we believe that a lush, beautiful lawn should be enjoyed by the whole family. That's why we offer a kid and pet-friendly program to create a healthier, greener, weed-free lawn that your whole family can enjoy. Our program includes effective applications of targeted weed control and slow-release golf course quality fertilizer to achieve real results. Call or click today for your free quote, or sign up now and see the Weedman difference. Doesn't your family deserve a Weedman lawn?
It's not just about the barrels in construction. It's a community investment. So do your part. Stay alert, eliminate distractions, and mind your speed.
Every driver makes a difference.
Sponsored by the Wisconsin DOT.
When an inland hurricane called the Derecho cut a path through the Midwest, we learned some lessons. We learned that most buildings cannot withstand 140-mile-per-hour winds, not to mention most oak trees. We learned that when your roof is gone or there's a tree in your living room, even 8 hours is too long to wait. But most of all, we learned that in hardship, people take care of each other. And that has been our silver lining.
Broadway's Tony-winning Best Musical is Dear Evan Hansen. Dear Evan Hansen, May 10th to 15th at Overture Center. Find your tickets at overture.org today.
With broken supply chains and lives disrupted, businesses like Amazon have invested to deliver on time for you and help hundreds of thousands of small businesses gain access to millions of online shoppers. But Washington politicians have a law that could break Prime's guaranteed 2-day free delivery and threaten threaten our fragile economic recovery. Tell your senators, don't break our prime. Oppose S 2992. Paid for by CCIA.
There's nothing like the smoky good taste of award-winning beef butter barbecue. Melt-in-your-mouth Texas smoked brisket right here in Madison. Dine in or order for delivery or takeout and see the world's first 20-foot takeout conveyor, delivering barbecue right to your car window. You can also get touchless catering and packaged meals for businesses or special events. Now through April 30th, go online and vote Beef Butter Barbecue for Best of Madison 2022. Best barbecue, best takeout, best catering. Visit beefbutterbbq.com today.
How much does it cost to talk to Gruber Law Offices after a serious accident? It's free. Yes, free, as in it won't cost you anything to speak with us. There's never a fee until we win your case. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Every player approaches and attacks spring practices differently, whether it's honing in on a certain area or wanting to see improvement across the board. For Nick Herbig, it's about reflecting on the plays that stick with him. Following each season, Herbig remembers the things he could have done better or the plays he should have made. Haunted by those missed chances during the season, he uses all of it as motivation for when he takes the field again.
I don't think that it's good to forget about it, you know, because that's what drives me, you know. When I'm in that position again, I'm going to make that play. You know, I remember what it felt like not to make that play. I remember the feeling after the game of losing, you know, being a loser, and I hate being a loser. So I think that's what kind of drives me is next time that opportunity presents itself, I'm gonna take full advantage of it.
Wisconsin softball back home at Goodman Diamond for a 3-game series of Michigan State. No score in the third. Lauren Foster changes that with one big swing. Her first home run of the season puts the Badgers on the board. That started a big inning for UW. A couple batters later, Fiona Gerardo gets the RBI game. She rips one down the third baseline, part of a 3-run inning. The Badgers go on to win 3-2 the final. 75 years ago, Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier in Major League Baseball when he made his debut with the Brooklyn Dodgers. Today, players across the league wear number 42 in honor of him. And for the first time ever, 42 is in Dodger blue. Brewers and Cardinals back at it for Game 2 of their series. Fastball Freddie with his 100th career game, and it's anything but smooth sailing. A series of base hits in the first makes it 4-0 Cards. The Brewers' lone run comes in the 7th inning off the bat of Omar Narvaez. He drives in Andrew McCutcheon. The Crew go on to fall 10-1 in Game 2. The NBA regular season is all about go, go, go. Every week it's a new city, different opponent with not a lot of downtime. But with the playoffs finally here, the focus shifts to one team with multiple opportunities to fix any mistakes before facing one another again. For the Bucks, it's all about the Bulls right now. And while they can't wait for Sunday to get here, the Deer are taking advantage of this in-between week to study up, prepare, and rest.
For one, to have a week to kind of sit back and do your homework, in my opinion, helps. And then from game to game, I feel like there aren't really major adjustments. They're just minor adjustments. So
what you got to figure out is how to be fresh and also at the same time not rusty, but you definitely take rest and preparation over, nonstop.
Tip-off for Sunday is at 5:30. Here's a look at the game times for the first 4 contests with the Bulls. We'll be right back.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison 2022. Vote for your favorites online, including Fry Construction for Best Kitchen and Bath Design, Best Roofer, and Best Window and Doors. Vote Fry Construction at madisonmagazine.com. Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison 2022. Vote for your favorites online, including Salvatore's Tomato Pies, Best Pizza. There's pizza, and then there's Sal's. 4 locations to serve you. Vote Salvatore's Tomato Pies today at madisonmagazine.com.
There are so many things we take for granted, and along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for granted too. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living? And through no fault of their own, they're being left behind. If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy, water, and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
This is Dave. He thought he'd save money by getting internet from one company and TV from, well, from multiple providers. You see, Dave and his wife watch live TV, Ella her favorite kid shows, and Henry loves sports. It was costing Dave a lot. So Dave switched to Spectrum. Switch to Spectrum Internet and TV from $49.99 per month each. Call 833-841-4999. Spectrum Internet with speeds at 200 megabits includes a free modem and free online security software. And Spectrum TV with over 125 channels includes live local news and regional sports and up to 85,000 on-demand titles. Plus, with the free Spectrum TV app, everyone can stream on their devices anywhere. So now Dave has one bill, one provider, no contracts, and is saving a ton. Be like Dave. Switch to Spectrum Internet and TV from $49.99 per month each. Call 833-841-4999 or visit spectrum.com.
In Madison at Overture Hall. Get tickets at madison.broadway.com.
Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison 2022. Vote for your favorites online, including Wanakee Furniture ETC. Best Furniture, Best Home Accessories. Vote Wanakee Furniture ETC today at madisonmagazine.com. Announcing Madison Magazine's Best of Madison 2022. Vote for your favorites online, including Fry Construction for Best Kitchen and Bath Design, Best Roofer, and Best Window and Doors. Vote Fry Construction at madisonmagazine.com.
Sponsored by RG Heating and Air Conditioning, installing train equipment and servicing all brands. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Gary, how's it looking?
Chilly. I wish I could give you better news, but at least it's not snowing. Temperatures right now, middle 30s in Madison, already in the 20s for our northern viewers. Look for a low tonight of 26, high tomorrow 42. So chilly Saturday, Easter Sunday, just about as cold. Maybe some light snow and a minor accumulation Sunday night into Monday. Just look at the end of that forecast, and we'll leave it there.
Hope. Gary, thank you so much, and thanks so much for joining us. Have a great rest of your Friday night, everybody.